Okay, this is Unit 1, Lesson 3, Writing and Evaluating Expressions. So our learning target is we can evaluate variable expressions and we can solve variables by evaluating expressions. So evaluate means to simplify and solve as much as possible. So when I look at this one, this first example, evaluate the expression 4y minus 15. However, notice y equals 9. So look, I have a y right here, but I know that y equals 9. So what I'm going to do is every time I see a y, I'm going to plug in the number 9. So I'm going to rewrite this as 4, and then instead of writing a y, I'm going to plug in that 9. I'm going to use parentheses. Now, when you have a number outside of a parentheses like this, that means to multiply. So again, if you follow PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S, the first thing that's going to come up is, yes, I have parentheses, but there's just one single number in my parentheses. There's nothing I can do. So I can't simplify much there. E, exponents, nope. I do have multiplication. So this is telling me to do 4 multiplied by 9, which gives me 36. And then I'm going to take 36, subtract 15, because I'm done with multiplication. I don't have division. I don't have addition. I do have subtraction. So 36 take away 15 is 21. So I was able to evaluate if y equals 9, then the expression 4y minus 15 actually equals 21. All right, this one, again, I have a few things that I'm going to have to plug in. I've got an A, I've got a B, and I have a C. So this is where my order of operations are going to be very important. However, to start, I'm going to just start by rewriting the problem with my numbers. So 3, every time I see an A, I'm going to write a 2. Every time I see a B, I'm going to write a 5. And every time I see a C, get it? I see a C. Every time there's a C, I'm going to write a 10. Now, let's think about PEMDAS. Once again, do I have parentheses? Yes, but there's only a singular number in there, so I can't do anything inside them. I don't have exponents. I do have multiplication. So let's look at our multiplication here, and I'm going to take 3 multiplied by 2 and get 6. Now, this is super important in algebra, okay? Only do one step at a time. So now if I look, hey, I still have more multiplication to do. I can do 6 multiplied by 5. So 6 times 5 is 30, and I'm still going to write everything else. We only want to do one step at a time. Now, I have finished all my multiplication. I do have some division though. So remember, this right here is like saying 10 divided by 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. And now all that's left is my addition, which 30 plus 5 gives me 35. Start by taking what you know, plugging it into the equation, and then solving it using order of operations one step at a time. All right, real world problem solving. Energy drinks come in cases of, I'm just going to highlight some stuff I see, 24 bottles. Write an expression for the number of cases a store should get if they want B bottles. And then evaluate the expression for 120 bottles. And again, notice that our variable B is bottles wanted. well, I guess B should just be bottles. Okay, B is bottles. So let's take a look. If I know that I'm going to get I have 24 bottles in a case. So that means I can take 24 multiplied by the amount of cases. So I'm going to say C equals cases. 24C equals my bottles, or bottles wanted. Now this is a problem because we have two unknowns. We have two variables. Okay, so let's think. Is there anything else in this expression that we can use to maybe plug something in, or something that we can do to solve it? And there is. Okay, there is. So we see that, hey, we have 120, we're looking for 120 bottles. So I'm going to plug this in, 120, and again, I have 24C. Now, again, we're getting this. This is kind of like a precursor to our next couple lessons again. But again, it's always good to show you, how do we solve for this unknown? How many cases should we get? So this says 24 multiplied by the number of cases. So if you think about when we did PEMDAS, we said that the M and the D are the same level. So if I want to undo multiplication, I actually have to do division, okay? So this says 24 multiplied by C. I'm going to divide the left side of my equal sign by 24. Now 24 divided by 24 cancels out. So again, let's do an easy. If you do 5 divided by 5, it equals 1. If you do 2 divided by 2, it equals 1. That's the same thing over here where we end up getting 1C. But we know that 1 times anything is just itself. So we don't need this 1 technically. Now, this is an equation. Equations are equal. So anything that I do on the left side, I sure better do on the right side. So if I do divide by 24 on the left, I better divide by 24 on the right. And 100 divided by 24 equals 5. So if they wanted 120 bottles, they would need to buy 5 cases. Again, that's like a hint for what's upcoming, okay? Good to get a real life example. I wanted to introduce this to you. That's it for today, or for this lesson.